Hey guys, this is Cherry Blossoms and welcome back. Hey you guys, this is Cherry Blossoms and welcome to The Tale of the Talking Frog. So this is actually a new visual novel because we finished Days of the Divine, so we're starting up a new one. This isn't very long, but it's a really cute visual novel that I found recently and I just really wanted to share it with you guys because it's super cute and I love it. But yeah, so let's just start it right now. Mama! Mama, I don't want to go to bed yet. And yet go to bed you must. Can't I stay up for just a little bit longer? Well, how about a bedtime story? Yay! Get under the covers and I'll tell you the story of the talking frog. Once upon a time, there was a big house on a hill. Woo! I skipped that. Something about it being intricate and super fancy and amazing and so big. Like a mansion. Okay, it sat like a lovely gingerbread cookie in the middle of a vast and mysterious wood. However, no child-eating witches lived there. No, instead there lived a wealthy old man and his young daughter. The rich man was rather eccentric, but he loved his daughter very much, and he gave her only the very best of everything. But she was a shy and withdrawn girl. And of her many belongings, the girl's most cherished possession was a simple beaded necklace that had belonged to her mother, who had passed away many years ago. And her favorite place in all her father's estate was a small lily pond hidden deep within the woods. But one day, while gazing at the pond's alabaster blooms, her cherished necklace chanced to slip from her neck. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of words. And fell into the murky depths below. The girl was overcome with grief. As tears streamed down her face, she heard a strange voice call out, "Fair maiden, what is your name?" "What is your name? Her name is Cherry." "My name is Cherry." "Cherry, I will retrieve your necklace. In exchange, you will promise to dine with me tonight." Nearly out of her senses with fear, Cherry replied that she would. Not a moment later, her beloved necklace rose to the surface of the water on a puff of foam. To whom do I owe the return of my necklace?" In response, a green head emerged between the lily pads, regarding her serenely through clear, dark eyes. "To me." Oh boy. At this, Cherry lost her head completely and ran for home in a blind terror. Cherry locked herself in her room for the rest of the day, trying to convince herself that the entire event had been a very lucid dream, as she clutched her still damp necklace. Later that day. "Come in."
"Good evening, my child."
"Hello, Papa."
"Cherry, I have a very important matter to discuss with you."
Her stomach sank with a dreadful premonition.
"I just received a very interesting guest, who claims that you've made him a certain promise regarding the retrieval of your mother's necklace."
Cherry was speechless. The demon frog had been real. He had tattled on her to her father.
"Cherry, is there any truth in all this?"
"Yes." Oh, by the way, for what route we're going to go on right now, it's not really, okay. Basically how this game works, that I didn't realize, is there's bad endings, there's a good ending, and then there's like a really good ending. So the first ending that I got was like the good one, because I didn't think it worked out that way, as we'll go into later, or else you'll see later, rather. So we're just gonna do the good one first, and I'll show you the really good one afterwards. So, yes. Somehow, Mother's necklace fell off while I was at the lily pond today. And then a voice called out and said he'd get it for me if I had dinner with him. But then this monstrous frog appeared, and I was so frightened I just ran away. It was huge. Papa, it was the frog. The frog spoke to me. Do you believe me, Papa?"
"Of course I believe you. The well-spoken amphibian, who is currently in our parlor, rather corroborates your story, I think."
"He's here?"
"I understand that you ran away because you were frightened. You wouldn't have been in such an extraordinary situation. But according to our amphibious guest, you made him a promise. Is this also true?"
"Well, yes. But I was confused, and I didn't know who I was making a promise to at the time.
That doesn't matter. If that was the case, then you shouldn't have made a promise at all. A person should always stay true to their word. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yes. But what is this creature? What if it's a demon or something?
Now, you know I don't believe in such nonsense, my dear.
But a giant talking frog is perfectly reasonable.
In any case, go downstairs and sort this whole matter out.
The giant frog sat in an armchair, looking quite at ease. From her current vantage point, Cherry could see that this frog was about half the size of a man, but otherwise his body was perfectly frog-like. Yet his composure and expression were strangely human. Cherry's father nodded to him as they entered the parlor, as though the frog were any other guest, and took a seat across from him.
So let's get right to the heart of the matter. A promise was made by my daughter, and it shall be fulfilled. However, as Cherry's father, I have to ask myself, what interest would a creature of the ponds and marshes, such as yourself, have in sharing such a meal with a human lass? Surely you can see my concern.
Indubitably, sir.
Your concern is quite reasonable. The truth is, I am quite lonely in my little pond. I have dwelled there for quite some time, and found no other creature capable of conversation. I must admit that I caught your daughter off guard when I solicited the promise from her. I am not proud of that. However, I assure you that my intentions are pure. Understood. I feel a great deal of pity for her situation. I would like to invite you to dine here at my home tonight, if you're amenable. Truth to tell, I'd greatly enjoy the opportunity to make better your acquaintance.
That would be wonderful, sir. This is unbelievable. Yep. We get to have dinner with a frog. So the frog dined with Cherry and her father that night. As the evening wore on, Cherry had to admit to herself that the creature was a very charming guest. He and her father talked about many subjects. The frog eagerly listened to his explanations of various human affairs, and in turn shared his own knowledge of the natural world. There we go.
I've greatly enjoyed having you over this evening.
The pleasure was all mine, sir.
Well met, my good fellow, well met. Cherry, please escort our guest back to his home.
I don't know what I said there. Oops. Yes, Papa. Cherry and the frog walked to the lily pond in uncomfortable silence.
Thank you for a lovely evening.
It was nothing. I have something I'd like to give you, if you would just wait a moment. The frog slipped gracefully beneath the water and resurfaced seconds later.
Please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
It was a hairpin in the shape of a water lily. It seemed to glow in the evening air with its own pale light. Oh, it's so beautiful. Where did you ever find it?
I made it.
Really? That's amazing.
There are many lovely river stones in the stream that feeds this pond, and many little odds and ends trickle through as well. It was a simple task to fashion this pin, really.
Thank you very much.
Sleep well, Miss Cherry.
What a gentlemanly frog. The next morning, as Cherry was dressing for her morning lessons, she thought about the elegant pin that the frog had given her. Should I wear it? I'll wear it. It's so pretty. Look at how cute that is. We look great. Hey, Enid, good morning. Oh. OMG, you look so gorgeous today. I just love your hair. No, you're the pretty one, Astrid. Seriously? So, is he here yet? No, not yet. Wait, there he is! Good morning, Professor Lorian!
Oh my goodness. Morning, ladies.
Wow. I still love that. It's just like, flowers everywhere. Classic shoujo scene. At Cherry School, Professor Alistair Lorian was the newest addition to the faculty. Or is it Lorraine? I don't know. And already widely regarded as the most handsome and charming teacher. I mean, look at that face. Look at that curled hair. That chiseled jaw. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. His subject was literature, and his costume was always packed with girl students. OMG, he is so bohemian. I heard he was a traveling poet before he came here. So dreamy. Like, my heart is pounding. I know, right? I bet even the weird junior over there is in love with Lorian. Yeah, you. You, with the pretty hairpin. Isn't Professor Lorian just the best? Let's see. Oh, okay. So for this, I'm just gonna go, I don't really care about Professor Lorian. I mean, he's alright, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose? Like, what just happened? Gosh, those two are certainly characters. I watched her from afar before I spoke to her. I watched her till my patience wore more thin than I'd prefer. I dreamt of future days with her, of days that would not be. I dreamt of days I was too sure she would accept most eagerly. I could almost feel her gentle touch, almost taste her supple skin. I almost thought she gave me such a pleasure as to be a sin. Then she, turning, left my sight, loved without or with an ironic grin, and I, burning, cursed my plight, cursed my cowardice within. Alright, so this is obviously a poem about a man who waited too long to declare his intentions to his lady love. What do you think is the general tone of this piece, class? What is the poet trying to convey to his readers? I don't know, Professor Lorian. Professor Lorian's lesson from that day made Cherry think of something that had escaped her notice before. I watched her from afar before. After her lessons were done for the day, Cherry walked straight home and summoned her courage, went to the little lily... and summoning her courage, went to the little lily pond. There we go. Mr. Frog, are you there? Good day, Miss Cherry. Mr. Frog, I have to ask you something. You said last night that you lived in this pond for a while. Have you been watching me here all this time? Yes, I have. But why? Why did you hide until last night? To put it simply, I took advantage of the situation. I've been aware of your daily visits here ever since I can remember. I knew you'd be frightened if I tried to approach you, but I came to understand that there would never be a truly opportune moment to introduce myself. So you've been spying on me this whole time? Not intentionally. But... Please accept my deepest apologies for intruding on your privacy. I meant you no harm. Exactly how long have you been living here, anyways? 2 seasons. Well, why did you come here? Where did you live before here? I don't know. What? You don't know? How can that be? I have no memory of my life before. I remember only struggling my way through the woods and at last reaching this pond, weakened and hungry. I gratefully took shelter here and have lived in these waters ever since. Oh my. Cherry suddenly understood that this pond, which she had always considered to belong to herself only, was also the frog's only home. In a way, I'm the one intruding on him. Perhaps I should apologize too. Yeah, apologize. I'll apologize. So, it seems I've been trespassing on your property. I'd like to apologize for my own rudeness. There's no need. This pond certainly doesn't belong to me, and there's no way you could have known even if it did. I do hope you'll continue to come here, Miss Cherry. I was hoping we could be friends, after all. Of course, Mr. Frog. Cherry continued to visit the lily pond and Mr. Frog. Her initial wariness of him seemed to evaporate on the wind. Sometimes Cherry would read aloud to him, and sometimes Mr. Frog would take her swimming. They had formal dinners with her father and the firefly counting parties under the stars. Oh, they're so cute. And somewhere along the way, they became friends. Mama, what about Professor Lorian? Did she make friends with him too? What did I say here? Well, the first time I did this, I said, yeah, she did. Because I was like, sure, why not? We can be friends with the professor. Oh, by the way, I just realized. So for the very first thing, first decision that we made, or no, for the decision with Professor Lorian to do the normal route, we could have, technically the right option would have been to say that he's like beautiful, but like I just did, you could also say that. You could also just be like, I don't really like him, and it wouldn't impact it either way. So, Cherry never missed Professor Lorian's lessons, and she became one of his brightest pupils. Cute. One day, Cherry awoke to find that the pleasant autumn coolness had turned bitter. Her breath plumed before her in a frosty little cloud. That's right, winter is almost here. Oh no, what will Mr. Frog do when the first frost comes? The pond will freeze over. Perhaps Mr. Frog could live here? That's a great idea. Yes, I'll go ask Mr. Frog right now. Actually, that decision didn't really quite matter, because you could have also said that it would be too awkward, because what would happen is that you'd ask your dad. And actually, if you ask your father, what would have happened is that you'd learn a little bit more. There's some weird thing about nature being weird. But, Mr. Frog? Hello there, Miss Cherry. You've come early today. That's because I have something important to discuss with you. I noticed this morning that the cold is on its way. Every winter, this pond freezes over and the cold will be unbearable. So I've come to cordially invite you to stay this season at my father's house. Miss Cherry, I'm touched by your thoughtfulness. In truth, I have been concerned about the coming season and how it endure the cold. I would be honored to stay with you. Yay! And so it was that Mr. Frog came to stay in the mansion with Cherry and her father. Cherry and her father went to great lengths to ensure their guest would be most comfortable for his stay. Mr. Frog's room had a large marble pool of cold, clear water with gleaming gold faucets. Rich velvet armchairs and silk cushions surrounded the pool. Intricate travertine tiles lined the walls and the floor. Actually, it's just the bathroom that we had altered a bit. Cherry helped him move his meager possessions into his new lodgings. And it was during the move that she had made the most interesting discovery. Oh! Mr. Frog, what's this? Oh, I'm not sure myself. It was the only object that I had with me the day I found myself in the woods. It appears to be a fragment of a pearl. But why is it broken, and how, I haven't the slightest idea. Oh my. This must surely have something to do with Mr. Frog's lost memories. Cherry said nothing more of it, but she decided that day that she would find the significance of the strange artifact in order to help her friend. And on that note, I'm going to have to end the episode right here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of the Talking Frog, or the Tales of Talking Frog. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. My voice. Bye-bye.